Malcolm Stewart turned Paris Supercross into his own stage on Saturday night. 3 mains, 3 wins, and the kind of authority that makes a simple result line feel almost understated. Coming in light on bike time, and hardly talking like a favorite, he made the 2 things that matter most in this building look easy. He launched out of the gate, and he blitzed the whoops like they owed him time. The combination let him carve past Cooper Webb in main 1, control main 2 flag to flag, and then slice by Jett Lawrence on the first rhythm of main 3 to complete the sweep. On paper, Mookie over Webb and Jett in separate races. In practice, a reminder that when Stewart finds starts and whoop traction, he's a problem for everyone. The Lawrence night unraveled early and never fully recovered. Opening fireworks went the wrong way when Hunter hit the deck in turn 1, and moments later, Jett was collateral in Tom Vialle's first night. On a 450 chaos, Vialle overjumped the triple, bounced off the 4th, and collected the number 18. From there, the brothers did what they do. Hunter fought back for respectability. Jett stitched together speed in traffic. But the math for the overall got ugly quickly. A 4th and an 8th kept the ladder tall for reclaiming his 2023 King of Paris crown. Main 3 closed the book with more pain than points. Stewart motored past Jett in the first straight. Hunter followed, and the order settled, until Jett washed the front before the whoops, twisted the bike, and parked it for a DNF. That was Jett's 3rd front-end loss of the night, if you count the Superpole tip over after main 1. Hunter's evening ended more abruptly. A scary endo in the whoops, a long pause on the ground, and then a careful walk to medical. Paris is supposed to be a low-stress off-season showcase. This was anything but. Inside the Honda, 10th the word was the same from multiple corners. The brothers were on non-factory, stock-spec engines with some suspension compromises, lighter program, simpler build, leaner crew. Tom Vialle's long-anticipated Honda HRC 450 debut? After the clash with Jett, the rest of his night lived in the fine bucket, around 6th or 7th best on raw one-lap pace, and mains that looked like exactly what they were. A first outing on new color, learning flows, staying out of trouble. It wasn't fireworks. It also wasn't a red flag. Sunday flipped the script. Jett came back with intent, threw down the only quad in a rhythm. Malcolm matched it, no one else dared, and laid down 2 commanding main event wins. The 3rd, more human. Stewart grabbed it, Webb nicked Jett for 2nd, and a late race lapper snuffed any last corner heroics. Post-race, Jett was blunt and balanced. Yes, he said, the Hondas were down on power, about 6 horsepower, because they chose to run stock engines for simplicity. And yes, Malcolm was just plain better over the full weekend. Lars Lindstrom later confirmed the stock motor decision on social, which pins the why to intent rather than panic. So was the power deficit the reason the Lawrences looked so un-Lawrence-like on Saturday? Maybe in part, but not in full. Paris rewards starts, whoop speed, and rhythm lane commitment. Stewart owned all 3. Horsepower helps you to the whole shot cone and into the first rhythm. It doesn't save a front tire in slick entry chop, fix a whoop skim that's half a gear off, or erase the consequences of getting tangled on lap 1. Jett's 3 front-end losses point more to edge-of-grip feel and setup compromise than raw grunt. Hunter's whoop crash underlines the same. When the rear doesn't track or the fork rides low, the building punishes you, stock motor or not. If you're looking for tells that matter beyond Paris, you can find a few. Stewart's whoop form and sprint intensity were Anaheim grade. When he's healthy and confident, this is the ceiling. Webb's racecraft tracked about where you'd expect, stout, adaptive, less flashy than effective. Vialle's baseline wasn't spectacular, but uneventful is not a bad word for a first 450 appearance in a tight arena. And Jett's Sunday response, reset, recalibrate, execute the biggest line on the floor, looked like the version that wins championships when the noise fades. As for the stock engine storyline, it's real, it mattered on starts, and it likely cost some margin in drag races to the first obstacle. Is not a complete alibi. The Lawrences chose a lighter logistics Paris program, no full-blown factory motors, leaner suspension window, and paid for it in a building where start plus whoops equals destiny. Stewart, meanwhile, turned limited prep into maximum output and took the weekend fair and square. The net of the 2 days is clean. Saturday belonged to Malcolm Stewart emphatically. Sunday showed why Jett Lawrence sits at the top of the sport. The mechanical context explains a slice of the delta. The riding explains the rest. And if you're asking whether the stock engines alone caused the underperformance, call it a contributing factor, not the verdict.